afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the frozen tundra known as downtown Westerly. But we're here, we made it, and hopefully you've made it, or I'm talking to nobody. We are Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are joyously brought to you by Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corners, those wonderful, wonderful people with the cars that last forever. Yes, they still have 2025s. I was talking to Bruce just yesterday. So if you're looking, there's probably no better time to make a deal than the dead of winter. They want to get rid of the 2025s. They've got the 2026s in. So go over there and see what kind of deal you can make. That's Valenti Subaru right at Dunn's Corners. Ask for Uncle Bruce. And today we have an old friend and a new friend. How's that? Old, not chronologically.
Thank
old.
you.
See, I'm nice. We have Sue Ogle from the Westerly Village. And if you're thinking I'm talking about the villages in Florida, although three of us probably wish we were there right now.
Yeah.
No, it's not the villages, although it is in a way. And we also have Kathy Walsh, and I don't know, what's your title?
I don't have one. I'm just a
Oh,
volunteer.
we can give you one.
Sure, give me one.
Before you leave here.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on this, see how good you do. Okay, so I think for people who don't know what the villages are, our version up here, or what the Westerly Village is, give your elevator speech. You're the liaison, and tell people what we're talking about.
Okay, would be glad to. So
Okay.
our mission as Westerly Village is to help older adults to remain in their homes and to be independent through a team of volunteers that offer 4 services. They are transportation, light household chores, social, and technology support.
And when you're talking about to keep older adults in their home, you're not talking about visiting nurses or anything medical.
Correct.
You are dealing with reasonably healthy people who might need a ride to a doctor's appointment or need some curtains hung or something done, correct?
Yes, yes. And they may be feeling isolated, frankly, particularly in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And so we offer a lot of social opportunities.
That's wonderful. And I know I've been to several of your events,
have,
and
yes.
you are a very social bunch of people.
We are, they love to eat. Our members love to eat, like everybody else.
I was going to say, most members of most organizations love to eat.
Yep.
Well, that's great. So tell us a little more about how this concept got started. This is all over the country, is it?
It is. It is.
Not just in Rhode Island. It's been in Rhode Island, what, about 8 or 9 years
Actually,
now?
we just celebrated 10 years.
That's right. I was
Mhm,
there.
mhm.
Okay.
So it started about 25 years ago in the Boston area, and that's where it launched. Over 25 years ago, there are over 300 villages in the country.
That's amazing, because I know personally, I never heard of it
Mhm.
before. I don't know about Kathy.
No,
But when you're saying 25 years ago in Boston,
Yep.
Boston's right up the road a piece.
you're right.
Like an hour.
You're right.
And how is it we never heard of it before? And
I
it
think
took
because
so long to get down here.
it just had not hit here, and it was really a Providence group that formed 10 years ago. And it took a couple of years before they realized they needed to be a 501c3, a
Okay.
nonprofit designation because of grants. And it was at that time that they became more organized and became a village. So we now have 11 villages in the state of Rhode
In
Island.
this little state.
Yep.
I mean, you would think, although people that live here know better, but I was going to say people around the world who are watching this right now might say, well, such a small state. just over 1 million people. Why do they need 11 villages?
Oh,
People don't drive here. They don't
Right.
go anywhere. They stay in their own little huts.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
Our biggest demand is transportation by far. I would say 75 to 80% of our services are transportation.
And these services are without price, without cost.
No.
I mean, you have to be a member.
Yes,
right?
you have to be a member. And to be a member in Westerly, it's anywhere from $10 to $40 a month.
Okay.
And we always let the individual decide what they can pay. There's no sliding scale. And when we do an intake interview with someone, we want to make sure that there's a match between what the member's needs are and what we can offer. And we ask the potential member, to look at the list of services that we provide and how many do you think you're going to be using perhaps on a monthly basis.
Well, what I meant was they're not charged on a per basis.
No.
It's not like I
Right.
want to go to my doctor in Warwick. How much is it?
Right.
They're already
Correct.
paying something
You're
a
right.
month.
Right.
And you're taking them at their word. If they say I can't do more than $10 or I can do 25 or 30, that's fine.
That's correct. We take it right at their word. We don't
That
do
is-
background, we don't do financial background checks at all. That's not our role.
And I would imagine you don't get burned very often,
No,
which
no.
is wonderful.
And we do have a business manager who does keep track of dues. And if people don't pay their dues, they are contacted. And actually, there's kind of a period of 2 to 3 months just to make sure that the person realizes that they perhaps haven't paid their dues. So
if they pay their dues, let's say they say, yeah, I can afford the $40 a month. And a couple of months into it, maybe things have changed in their lives. Are they able to adjust their monthly dues?
they are, very definitely. We do.
And that's very fair.
Yes, but we do say that you have to sign up for a year, but circumstances change, people move, and then their yearly fee would be reduced.
Which is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, for people who are within the Rhode Island area and know the names of the towns, even though they may not have ever been there, tell us. I want to see how good you are.
Oh, well.
Get 'em in front of
when we only had 5 or 6, that you were just popping them
You're
up.
right.
You
You're
have
right.
11 now.
Well,
That's
and
amazing.
11, and we're going to 13.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
okay, so let's hear what you
and
got.
Westerly, just if you recall, Westerly was number 4.5 years ago. So
I
that's
remember they were one of the first. I didn't
were.
remember what
we
number.
were. Little did-
Providence was 1, you said.
Correct. Right. So Barrington was second, and then Edgewood, which is part of Cranston,
Right.
and Westerly. So those were the first 4 that I can easily mention. Then Aquidneck Island joined us.
For those who don't know, that's the Newport area, Newport, Middletown, Portsmouth, correct?
Correct. And so all 3 communities. Bristol Warren is brand new, and they've combined into one village.
That's great, because I know when I visited the Barrington village, they had people there from Warren.
Yes, right. So now Warren and Bristol have their own village. Burrillville,
That's
Com-
way up north.
right.
That's where I came
Cumberland
from.
is another
Yep.
up north. Exeter. Before I mention Exeter, I'm going to keep going down the list, and I'm circle
Sure.
back to Exeter. Gloucester, Jamestown joined us a year ago. Warwick joined us a year ago. And we are adding this week Wood River Village, which is going to be
That's my area.
right. And it's Exeter, Richmond, and Hopkinton.
Excellent.
Yes.
I was always amazed, going back for a minute, that Warwick didn't jump on earlier. They're big.
They're huge. Yes.
And why
yes.
they never jumped on is one thing. And the other thing is, I'm very happy that you've got Jamestown, but I'm surprised they didn't hop onto Aquidneck Island. They're only a bridge apart.
They
and
are.
They're not very large, Jamestown.
Well, I think more than anything, Aquidneck Island, as Rhode Islanders know, there's a community there. And Jamestown is considered unique
Right.
and different.
Right.
So
You're not part of our clique, is what you're saying.
Well, you
Right?
got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
No, I know that. I have a very good friend who worked the bridges for years.
Oh.
He was a toll taker.
Right?
He had retired.
Yep.
And like many retired people, he retired from the phone company in New Jersey. They moved here. They loved Jamestown. And he said, I'm not going to sit around. So he was working on that bridge until they took the toll. Well, they have tolls now, but they don't have guys on the bridge so much anymore.
No.
And he let me know right off the bat that it was like the Jets and the Sharks. You know, Jamestown's here and Newport's here.
Yep.
You could walk across the bridge, but nope,
But
different communities. But
right.
that's okay.
mhm. So we will be with Wood River Village joining us on Friday. We'll be at 12 villages in 14 communities. And we also have East Greenwich joining us sometime this quarter.
So that'll be number 13.
It will be
Wow.
in
Isn't that
16 communities.
That's just absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
It really is.
It just points out the need in a state.
Now, how did these communities come about? I mean, obviously, it started in Providence and then Barrington, Cranston, then Westerly. See, I know my 4. Don't ask me the rest of them. But it started there. Was it word of mouth, or was there somebody out there knocking on doors saying, hey, look what we're doing here. We want to do it here. And whose door do you knock on?
Mhm. Well, there's usually a couple of people that are the leaders in each of the villages. We call it a steering committee or a leadership group. And I can say here in Westerly, we had a group, originally about 12 people that were interested.
You had to be one of them because I know you're very major in that group.
Yeah. But in Providence, it was a group similar to that. And they determined that there was a need to help older adults stay in their homes. And they looked at different ways that they could organize the village. And that's how it all started.
That's absolutely great.
Mhm.
It really is. Is it difficult then getting people to join, understanding what they're getting? I mean, who goes to Mary Doe or John Smith and says, we're forming this village, it's going live on Friday, we're doing this? They hear village. Are they thinking they're moving somewhere?
It's exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The couple of visits that I've made with Sue, that's what I've said, do you know about Westerly Village? And they say, oh, I don't want to move. And I say, no, this is a group of volunteers that we match up with somebody's need, and it's all local.
Yeah,
And it's neighbor
frankly,
helping
I don't
neighbor.
think it's a great name because you got the villages in Florida.
Yes.
that
It's
really mess
confusing.
people
It-
up.
Yeah, you're
Very
right.
definitely.
You know, and people say, well, no, Westerly's a town,
Yeah.
but Hope Valley's a village. Well, you know,
Mhm.
it could
Yeah.
be confusing, but you're stuck with the name. So
I guess.
Right, I think
But
so.
but it's important for people to know it's just neighbors helping neighbors, basically. It's just people who become volunteers like me and say, who can I help? Who needs help? Who needs my help this week? And then I go to them and I help them with.
you were going to be my next victim. Are you from the Westerly Village?
No, I've only been here for a year.
Okay.
I was originally living in Burrillville for 35 years. And
So what village are you a member of?
Westerly.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes. I'm a resident of Westerly now for the last year.
How did you come by finding out? By going to the Burrillville Village?
No, I was walking around Wilcox Park one day, and Sue and maybe one of the other Sues they were at a table saying, we're signing up people to be volunteers. And I said, what's the concept? What's the deal? And
Sure.
they explained it's just people that have time on their hands and can volunteer their time to help give a ride to someone that needs a ride to a doctor's appointment. Or in my case, I do technology help.
Oh,
So when people
come
call,
home with me.
yeah,
Please, I'm begging you.
it's people that are having trouble with their iPad, or they want to learn how to download books from the library, or they want to learn, how to organize their files because they can't find anything. And I go to their home and sit with them and
I'm going to get a leash.
and
You're
No, I
definitely
want her
coming
too.
yeah. I was a computer professor at CCRI for
Oh,
28 years.
For those who are listening again from the other side of the country or the world, CCRI is the Community College of Rhode Island.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's, I know, I mean, I worship at your altar. I really do, because although you might be good at the technology, but if I go upstairs and I can't remember why I went upstairs, you can't help with that.
Well, there are things you could do.
What I do is I go down again. The minute I get downstairs,
You
I
remember
go,
why.
Yes, I remember. Good exercise.
I was just saying, we have our Kindle, our Echo from Amazon, and we tell it to remind us when it's time to put the trash out. Remind us when it
Really?
turns. Every night she
You can
comes
do
on there
that?
and says, she says, it's 9:30. Do you want to turn your heat down? And we say, oh yes, let's turn the heat down before we go to bed.
Ooh.
We have it all
That-
programmed. We have our house programmed.
That's great. Too.
My
Well,
husband can't hear the doorbell because he's kind of deaf. So we have the door, when the doorbell rings, Alexa announces it and says, there's someone at your front door.
believe it or not, I have a cat.
Yeah.
And when that doorbell rings, he sits up. He's at the top of the stairs. He goes and gets me. He's good. He's it's like having a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's litter box trained.
Great.
He's really good. But I didn't realize that. Well, I've got a friend who's, very into the phone and has it programmed from things I didn't even know you could do. And she has a little bell that tells her to drink more water,
Oh,
and a bell to
Yep.
tell her to take a pill.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
and you can do all that.
I can.
You're not getting out of here, lady. Definitely not. Ben might hire you. You must be.
I'm retired.
But you know something? That's great, because now to be a member of the village, you have to be over 50. Is that
No,
it?
we have, people ask me all the time, what's the age minimum versus maximum? We don't have one.
So you can have somebody who's isolated for whatever reason and is 35 and could use.
Well, let's just say the norm is around 80,
Mhm.
and we
But I've
have,
been to some of your events, and you certainly have younger people than 80.
oh, definitely. I mean, I'm saying the norm
You're
is
giving me like a
80.
median.
Right,
Okay.
right. So that we don't necessarily cater to the younger people, but we do work with a couple of people that are have disabilities.
I was about to say disabled.
Yes.
A 35 living alone, maybe has a service dog or something, but could use little help with technology.
Or
maybe a
household. We do
ride.
small household
Right.
chores too. Like you said, putting up
Putting up
curtains
curtains
or
or-
taking, I think your husband went and took an air conditioner out of someone's
Yes.
window in this, in the
Moving
fall.
Light furniture.
Yeah.
Taking an air conditioner out is not light. That's
Actually,
Yeah.
no,
one
he
heavy
is.
thing.
He
Did he learn a
said,
bunch of new words?
yes, yes. He's a retired engineer, so he thinks he can do anything.
Ah,
So he's learned with an air conditioner, you take a second person with you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good
That
thought.
that is something. I know it is, because it can be just that little room air conditioner. It looks so light in the box, and it
Right.
is not.
It's not.
No,
yeah.
they are very, very heavy.
Yeah.
The number one thing that people ask you to do for them would be rides, correct?
It is, definitely.
And you, excuse me, not to get you in trouble or me in trouble, You can't say, give me a ride to my sister's in New Jersey,
Correct.
but
Correct.
you pretty much will take them almost anywhere in Rhode Island. It can't be, I want to have lunch with my friend the other side of the bay. But if their
Right.
doctor is, or they're going to the airport, I know you've made airport runs.
We do. Our drivers are wonderful. Now, technically, Rona, we recommend a 25-mile radius around Westerly, but we do have drivers that will go to the airport. We had a situation where we had a member that needed to go to Mass General Hospital.
I remember you telling me that's a great story.
Yes.
Tell the people that because
Well,
it's wonderful.
I'm very proud of it because this particular driver saw the request, and the appointment was at 7:30 in the morning in Boston at Mass General. And this volunteer picked it up, which means, she contacted the member, and they were up at 5 a.m. in order to get to Mass General on time. She stayed, with the member the entire time and brought her home.
That's such a good story.
And the member was desperate to find a ride.
Oh, I'm sure.
So she was so thankful. She wrote a personal note, and I actually wrote a personal note as well to the volunteer, because that's really going
It sure
above
is.
board.
Most of the time, I would assume it's local doctors.
It is, but we
So if it's
also
Burrillville, chances are the doctors are up that way. They're not going to be
Correct.
down in Narragansett
correct. But
unless it's a specialist.
we do have people that will go to New London, to Norwich,
That's right.
certainly in the Connecticut direction. But we don't just drive for medical. It can be going to Walmart, to Penny's, to go to visit the beach, to get out of the house, so that we don't limit just to medical appointments.
Now that's something, because some people would think, well, it's got to be something serious
Nope.
or important.
Right.
But it can be, hey, I
It's
want to go
fun.
to do some shopping at Walmart, or
Yep.
I want to go to the beach. That's a new
Yep.
one on me. I didn't know you could
Yep.
do that.
Well, I'll give you another really great story. A friend of mine who's a volunteer that does a lot of driving, he was taking somebody to JCPenney, and she had a walker, and she wasn't real steady. So he asked her, do you want me to come in with you? And she said, yes, I would really appreciate it. So he did. And his wife found out about it and said, he doesn't even go shopping with me, yet he
I
would
bet he
take.
does now.
Right.
Yeah, I bet he
Great.
does.
But we have just wonderful volunteers.
That is great.
We also offer those social things on Wednesday, and a lot of people will call that want to attend the social gatherings
Yes,
and
now
say,
this
can you
is
pick me
something-
up so I can come to the knitting club
You
or
do this
the book
at
club?
Dunn's Corners Church, correct?
Correct.
So we have time before we break. Oh, yeah. Let's give a shout out to them because they've been doing that with you and for you since the very beginning.
They have a huge
And they
fellowship
have
hall.
another new minister. Don't they have a female?
Yes.
now? Okay,
Virginia, Jen.
great.
And we received permission 3.5 years ago to use their fellowship hall free. And this is every Wednesday for 2 hours, 1:30 to 3:30. We have a book club. We've got the knitting group.
So they all go in little different corners then?
Well, it
and-
depends on the Wednesday. Like the first Wednesday of the month is the book club. The
Oh.
third Wednesday is the knitting or the craft group.
And you have games too, right?
We
Board
do.
games and things?
We do. And now
There's
we're
a writers
adding,
group.
yep,
Is
we're adding an educational session too on a Wednesday.
You mean like a lecture from a local person? Isn't that great?
Yep.
That's wonderful because people want to continue learning.
They do. They
It
do.
keeps your brain
It
going.
was
Yeah.
a great presentation just a month ago or two on Alzheimer's and dementia
Yes.
from
Bob
Dr.
Ellen?
Brown.
Oh, okay. That's excellent because I know that's very much on people's minds.
Yeah.
Very much so. And people are looking for ways that they can possibly, keep the wolf from the door if at all possible, or if they're seeing some signs, they can certainly continue to live a good life if they do certain things
That's
for a
right.
while. So
We've-
it's a very active group. You do have a brochure, don't you? Do you have a brochure about the villages in general or about Westerly?
Both.
Good, because I was saying, if indeed the villages are unique as far as the way they operate and what's important to them, you would want to have one for Westerly. And I'm looking at this. Membership benefits may include social and cultural events. We certainly cover that. Technology help, yay! Are you it, or is there somebody else?
No, there's 5 or 6 or 7
I'm
that do
thinking about the
technology.
husband of Lori, right?
Yes.
Lori Meisner's
Right.
husband.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Phone, tablets, and computers. Rides. It's got to be number one, I would think.
It is. It is.
Help with light household maintenance. So you can't ask somebody to come clean your house every 2
No.
weeks.
No. Can't do
It
that.
would be more like what you said, like moving an air conditioner or
mhm.
maybe hanging something. Assistance with errands. And that would be the Walmarts, the JCPenney's,
The grocery store.
Sometimes the member doesn't want to go out. They just want somebody to pick something up for them too. And we do that.
prescription or
Yep.
something like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Volunteer opportunities. Let's talk about that, because there may be people out there like you who say, I'm retired. I've got time on my hands. I'd like to do something. But unlike you, you might have people who say, I can't do technical. You don't have to do all these things.
Oh, no.
Or
Oh, no.
I don't want the responsibility of driving someone, but I'd like to help. Now I'm looking at home social visits.
Mhm.
In other words, just having somebody to talk to.
So I have a friend who is 94, and she's a member, and I was matched with her, and I visit her every 2 weeks for a couple of hours. And we actually have 2 other members that visit her on the off weeks.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
So she has somebody she can rely
Right.
on.
Right.
Don't we have a member that likes to play cards too? And
And
somebody goes over once a week or whatever just to play cards with her. And she
Absolutely.
enjoys that.
Yes.
And I'm sure the volunteer does too.
Sure.
Or they wouldn't be doing it.
It's very
Actually,
rewarding.
My friend, and I call our members friends, is she loves to knit. And this is at 94, and she does
Probably never drops a stitch.
No.
One
but-
of those.
But I was trying to figure out, how best to spend time with her. And I used to knit. So guess what?
You're knitting
I'm
again.
now knitting again, and
Because
she
she's
loves it.
helping.
And I leave it right there. And when I come and spend time with her, I pull out my knitting.
Did she give you tips?
She does. She had to train me again. It had been many years since I had knitted, but it's like riding a bike. It comes right back to you.
Muscle memory, they
Yeah.
call it, right?
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna talk for another minute or so, and then I'm gonna go to my producer du jour, Ben, who's gonna help us get over to some of our local people. So somebody's listening to you today, both of you, and they're saying, I don't know if I want to be a volunteer or if I want to be a member, or can I be both?
Yes, you can be both. And we have an excellent website.
That's what I was getting to.
Great. So do you want to say it, or do you want me to say it?
No, I want you to say, do you need this? or
Nope,
it's
I've
right
got,
up here,
I
right?
have, well, that too. The website for the Village Common, which is our 501c3, is villagecommonri.org.
Say it again.
It's villagecommonri.org.
And if you don't know, if you're not computer literate, You can call Kathy to come over and do it for you.
Again, right.
And we have a phone number that is very important. If you are a member and you want to make a request of a service, that's 401 441 5240.
Now, if someone, again, is listening to us and says, I'm not computer literate, or I don't own a computer, I don't have one, I don't know, I don't have a 9-year-old in the neighborhood, and my grandchildren are in school,
Right.
and I can't do it, I want to call you. Not the number you gave, because that's for asking for service if you're already a member. They're now wanting to call for information.
Actually,
Do they
it's
call
the,
your liaison number?
it's the same phone number.
Which again is
401 441 5240.
excellent.
And you can be a member or a volunteer or both. You now can apply online to be a volunteer, but to be a member, we require a home visit because we want to make sure that there's a connect between what the member wants and what we're able to provide.
I think that's so smart because there might be people who don't mean to take advantage, but are calling for every single thing and,
Right.
and taking advantage of you without realizing it. So that's important. We are now going to take advantage of the people who are kind enough to support 321 Media, our local sponsors. You're listening to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, coming to you streaming live from cold, icy, but beautiful downtown Westerly, Rhode Island. We will be right back with the Westerly Village.
At Lathrop Insurance, our core values guide everything we do because insurance is more than a policy. It is a promise. We care. We treat every client like family. We're solutions driven. We find answers, not excuses. We utilize teamwork. We do what we say because integrity matters, always. And we're always growing. We strive to be better today than we were yesterday. These values have shaped 86 years of service to Rhode Island families and businesses.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Wood River Health provides medical, dental, and behavioral health care to over 10,000 people a year, even when they can't afford to pay for the care they need. The cost of providing healthcare services has increased, and the grant funding we receive doesn't fully cover the cost of patient care. We, like other community health centers across the country, count on community support to keep our doors open. With your help, we can keep serving as a safety net for your neighbors. Will you help us invest in our mission?
Hi, I'm Sean with Easy Does It Moving and More. Whether it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. We even help with unpacking and secure storage when you need it.
From start to finish, Easy Does It Moving and More makes sure that all of your belongings get there safely. Make your move easy and call 401-545-6078 today.
Easy Does It Moving and More, because moving shouldn't be stressful, it should be easy.
For over 75 years, Belmont Market has been a staple of our community, bringing together local quality fresh food, organic options, and everyday wellness with care you can trust. Belmont Market, a better place to shop.
She's everywhere. She's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
I am the man about town. walking very carefully about town. Although a shout out to the people who cleared the snow and plowed and put down the stuff all over the highways and got it down to bare pavement. I've been up 95. I was twice already, all the way up. I was this morning in Coventry and Warwick, and a real shout out to them. They worked so hard. A lot of them didn't sleep for about 36 hours. So they're doing the best they can. The biggest job is, where do we put the snow? 10 years ago, they threw it in the ocean. Then they found out that was a no-no. Can't throw the snow in the ocean. So it's difficult. And the one thing I will tell people, when you get to an intersection that doesn't have a traffic light, that has a stop sign, you may have to kind of get up like that on your seat and look, because you can't see what's coming. And that's a little bit scary. So be safe out there. But they have done a darn good job for just the last couple of days. Also doing a darn good job, my buddies, my old friend, not chronologically, my old friend Sue Ogle, my new friend Kathy Walsh, with the Westerly Village, and actually the Village program. So if you're watching us streaming and you live in Hopkinton, you got something new. How do they do that? It's not quite live yet, right? You said Friday?
Actually, Friday. There is
They can still call these numbers or go online.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And that's called the Wood River
Village.
See, I know it by the bars. The Wood River Inn. Okay.
Right. Right.
All right. So the Wood River Village, and that's Hopkinton, Richmond, and
Exeter.
Ashway. Oh, Exeter.
Exeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
People in Ashway, do they come here, or do they go to? They're part of Hopkinton, actually.
They are. Ashway is part of Hopkinton.
That's right. Town of Hopkinton.
But we have people from Bradford that come to the Westerly.
That's right. Well, Bradford's kind of part of
It
Westerly.
kind of depends where they live in Bradford.
Oh, really?
They
Yes,
might
we
not want
have
to go that
discovered.
extra 2 blocks, Kathy.
Yeah.
You watch your mouth.
That's right. I
on
forgot
that.
it's Rhode Island.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's not.
We have to
all
pack a
in-
lunch to go to the store.
It's not all in Westerly. So
Yeah. You know, and it's funny too, because for people who think we're just kidding about this, we're not. I was in a store a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to a man. Turns out he's a neighbor of mine. He's about 4/10 of a mile from me. And he was talking about not being able to find a certain item. And I said, oh, they've got it at Westerly Walmart. He said, I'm not going all that way. Now, we are talking, I believe, from my home to the Westerly Walmart is about 12 miles. I don't think of it that way, but I wasn't born and raised here, so they were, and they're good people. Okay, what else can you tell us? Or I'm going to have you reiterate phone numbers and have you reiterate websites, and your website is very good.
it is.
So there are people, I know I have met some of them at the Westerly Village, who are members as well as volunteers.
Yes.
And to be a volunteer, you don't have to know how to do all these things.
Not at all.
Somebody could have a hot poker at the back of my neck, and I could not hang a curtain. Trust me, I couldn't. And I certainly would not go knit with anybody. But I'd love to give someone a ride or talk to them or whatever. You're using your strengths and the things
Yes.
you like.
Yes.
It's kind of win-win, isn't it?
It very definitely is.
And it's friendship.
What's great about volunteering with us is it's flexible. You can go away. Actually, I'm going away in a couple of weeks for 6 weeks.
I know,
So
and
I
I'm-
can-
You don't know I'm going with you. I like where you're
I don't know
going.
about that,
And I
but
like grits, so I'll go with you.
and I'm just going on pause.
Right.
So, you can sign up for one of the opportunities to volunteer a month, or it could be once a week. It would not be once a day.
And
know-
if they called you, because you signed up for once a week, if they called you and you said, oh, I forgot, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm too busy today. That's okay, right?
It is okay.
Or, God forbid you're sick.
Well,
There's been a lot of flu
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
The connecting is all electronically done. So that if, let's just say there's a request for a ride, and I'm a driver, is that I would receive an email note, but not just myself, but all the drivers in Westerly. And if it was convenient for me, I could click and say, okay, I'm available.
And then everyone else finds that out right away.
Correct. So I can just decide that's just not convenient for me.
That's
and
such
I
a
can
good
just,
way to do it.
it's great.
And now what about, you're going away for 6 weeks. What about the snowbirds who go away from October to April?
To be a
They can do
volunteer,
that too?
absolutely, because we need their strengths, their skill sets.
Do they must have villages, say, in Florida or Arizona. Could they go from here and work down there if they wanted to?
They probably could, but there's actually, if you go online, there's a map of where the villages are, not the villages in Florida,
Right.
as you said, because it's confusing.
That is very.
But a person could, if they volunteer here, they could certainly volunteer wherever else they're moving, or if, they're staying as a snowbird.
It's just a great way, I think, not only to keep people in their homes, but to keep people active,
Mhm.
to keep their brains active, to get you doing things, looking forward to things, thinking about things. Please mention again about the Dunn's Corners Community Church, what they are doing, and they're doing it for free.
Yes. I happen to be a member of the church, as well as two of our other leaders. And so I went to the pastor, this was 3.5 years ago, and I made a proposal of, we would like to use their fellowship hall, which is not being used during the day, and it's huge. And he took it to the powers to be, and they approved it immediately. And so every Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30, we have some sort of event. It could be a book club, it could be knitting, it could be games, it could be an educational seminar. But every Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30, I call it a pop-up social time.
That's great.
Yep.
And it's a gathering of friends again.
Yes. I mean, the people develop wonderful relationships
I
with
bet
each other.
they do.
Yeah, they do.
And they can get transportation to these events.
Yes.
We provide transportation to those Wednesdays.
That is great. I'm sure members take members too. Or is that no? That's not that's a no-no?
I would say no, because to be a driver, you have to be vetted.
That's good.
It's very
That's
good.
very good.
So,
Especially if you're driving somebody to Boston.
right.
Yeah.
If the member is vetted, yes. But if they're not vetted, they could not drive another member.
I see.
And you have to provide proof of insurance,
Sure.
things like that to be a driver. So there's a couple of steps you have to take to be a driver. Not drastic, but just, clean driving record, current insurance. That's it.
Eye test. that would be a good thing.
Yep.
Read this chart.
And the same thing with being a volunteer. It's required that you have a background check.
I think that now background check, fingerprints, or no?
No, but the background check is done. And also a required training session on what are the do's and don'ts in terms of being a
Even
volunteer.
better.
Yes.
Now, who does that? Is that something that you would do?
We originally did do it, but now we have someone in the Providence office that we call that our hub, and they do the training via Zoom. But what we do here in Westerly is we have 2 volunteer leads. And like, for an example, we had 3 new volunteers.
So nobody has to drive to Providence.
No,
for
No.
training.
oh, no, not at all. It's done on Zoom, but what they do here is they like to meet the volunteers so that they will just have an informal discussion after the training that they have attended. And if they're not able to attend the training, then it is done locally.
That's good. And it's just one session, the training?
It's 1 hour.
You mentioned early on in the first half hour about the Providence Village was the first to start,
Mhm.
and they'd been around a while, but then they realized they had to be a 501c to get any kind of grants.
You're right.
Do you apply for grant funding as the Westerly Village, or is it all done from the village concept?
So
I mean, is it all done? And here we go. I want it. The Village Common of Rhode Island.
right. That is our hub. So we have a hub and spoke model. It is in Providence. We have 3.5 paid people for 1,200 members and volunteers. The villages, the 13 and to be, the 11 to be 12 villages are the spokes. So we answer to the hub.
Got
The
it.
funding goes to the hub. And each village does have kind of a budget, and that is generated up to the hub.
And then, all right, each village has a budget. The budget comes from the local dues, correct?
Nope. Nope.
They
That
are
is
given a budget from the hub.
nope. The local village creates their own budget, but it does not include dues
So where
It's-
does the money come from?
from the hub.
Oh, I thought I said that. Okay. All right. Okay, it does.
Yeah.
And then when you have that wonderful party in the summer at that Mann's gorgeous home in
Yes.
Warwick,
Yes.
that's a hub party.
It
That's
is a hub
all the
party,
villages,
right.
right?
And that was an appreciation for all the volunteers.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So maybe Kathy will go there this year. It's really great.
Now, is that something
Antisocial.
that he does, the hub does, or does everybody bring something?
He actually is a member of the Warwick
Right.
Village, but he was involved with
This
the
is
Edgewood.
Warwick Neck, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is a gorgeous part of the state.
Yes. Yes. So really the hub, I call it the Providence paid staff cover the expenses for that. And yes, we are asked as volunteers to bring things, but it's not required.
I see. It's just fun, and you're meeting
Yep.
all these other people.
Yep. The best part about it is the ice cream truck.
There's an ice cream truck?
Yes. About 1:30, it goes from like 11:30 to maybe 2:30, and about 1:30 the ice cream truck arrives, and you can get whatever ice cream you want.
And suddenly these senior people are acting like little kids.
Yes. Yes.
Now, do they go in this man's house and pick up the cushions looking for change in the living room?
No.
So this is anything you want and you're not
Yep.
paying for it?
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Correct. Because the
1:30, huh?
Yep, you're right.
Okay.
And everybody is just like a little kid. I
I'm
mean,
sure.
on the side of the truck, needless to say, has all the photographs of
Oh,
all
I've
the
seen
choices.
those, yeah.
So it's fun.
Oh, I'll bet it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, do you also at this thing, do you have games or is it strictly sitting and eating and drinking?
When they first started them, which was only 3 years ago, is that they did have some games, but they found that people just wanted to chat.
Right.
And you're meeting people
Meet each
from
other.
all the other villages. You know, you're not just sitting with your own village,
Sure.
but so it's really an opportunity to get to know a lot of other people that have the same passion.
If you have been listening to us and maybe you just started streaming with us and you're interested in finding out more information about the Village Common of Rhode Island, because you may not be a Westerly person, you could be in Jamestown, you could be in Gloucester, you could be any one of those places, or you can be part of the Westerly Village. Does the Westerly Village include Pawcatuck?
No,
It does not.
no, it is
Okay.
Connecticut.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So
They're just right over there.
I know. And we get asked, actually, Charlestown, we get asked about that, and as well as, Richmond, et cetera. So at
Sure.
least that the Wood River group is forming, but Charlestown is not a part of that.
Okay. Well, if you are interested in finding out whether you make the cut or not, or if you want more information, tell them what to do, Sue.
All right. The website, villagecommonri.org. And it's an excellent website. And if you're interested in the villages in particular, just go to the menu page, find the word villages, and you can scroll down and see all 11 villages and go into more detail about each of the village.
But they have to live in that village area.
Not necessarily.
So if somebody, say from Coventry, goes in there and looks and says, well, I live in Coventry, but my sister-in-law and my friends from high school are all in Cranston, they could join Edgewood?
They probably could. It depends. Each village handles that a little differently. So here in Westerly, we have chosen as a leadership team to only service Westerly residents. But if you go to Providence, they also serve Pawcatuck, parts of Pawcatuck.
You mean Pawtucket?
Pawtucket.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was going to say. Pawcatuck's Connecticut. You taught me that.
Pawtucket. So it depends on the
Sure.
village. And I also wanted to mention a telephone number.
Okay.
And that is 401-441-5240. And this is for information, for member services. Any question you have, that's really the best phone number to seek out answers.
But if they're in this Westerly area and they want specific information on the Westerly village, you're it.
Well, we have a Westerly email address.
To mess everybody up.
Right. So it is, now this is if you want just Westerly information, it's westerly@villagecommonri.org.
Say that one again.
So if you're interested in Westerly only, whether to be a member, whether to be to find out what we're all about, it is westerly@villagecommonri.org.
Great. I cannot imagine a better use of people's time because you're doing something not just for other people, you're doing it for yourself. There is no better feeling than volunteering, than making someone happy, making someone's day, whether that is driving them to the dentist, going with them into J.C. Penney and scaring your wife, doing all these things, hanging their curtains, moving their air conditioner, whatever. It makes you feel good here. And also, I like what Sue said a while ago. She said, I call them friends because they become friends.
They do. And they become friends of each other.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting when we have a large group gathering at the Champlain Woods Condo Association building, is that people congregate to a certain table because they've gotten to know each other so well, which is fun.
It
Yeah.
is.
We also have the luncheons, that we go out to lunch once a month. Is that once a month?
Once a month?
Once a month.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
They
And
pick a restaurant and everybody that can make it makes it, and we provide rides.
So who
And
picks the restaurant? Is there a committee?
it's a steering committee, the leadership team. But and we have 25 people who come to these luncheons, and it's
The restaurant must like it.
Oh, they love it. It's
Especially
all,
if they have a private little room.
well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But one requirement that we have when we find a restaurant is the individual checks.
Oh, sure.
So, and it works beautifully. And people every time we're full with 25 people, 20 to 25.
And obviously, if for whatever reason the members don't care for that restaurant, they just don't come that much.
Right.
Correct. We do have what's called a sunshine fund. So if you are not able to pay for that, you could actually say something to one of the leaders in Westerly, and we have the capability of paying their particular lunch.
I think that's terrific. It really is.
Tell the story about
everyone's
Kelly's Deli.
included.
About the man that picked up the check.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
I
a
don't
good
know
story.
this happened about 2 months ago. A group was at a local, very well-known deli, cafe, and there were 25 people, and they went to pay for their lunch. And the waitress came over and said, that man sitting over in the other room paid for everybody.
Wow.
He just
Yes.
saw a group of elderly people and said, I'm going to just pick up their lunch.
Including the
Imagine
tip.
how good that made him feel.
Right.
Seriously,
Right.
how good that made him feel.
And tip everything.
Everything.
Yes.
And then you probably had people saying, I should have had the steak. Right? I had the salad.
Or I should have gone.
What a lovely gesture.
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
You talk about a win-win. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, there's no better win-win than the Village Common of Rhode Island and the Westerly Village. So give it some thought. Don't give it too much thought. Don't put it on the back burner. But give them a call, go online, and meet these fun people, because you will be doing something for yourself and for a lot of others. We are going to be taking a break for just a few minutes. When we come back, we will have Lisa Kanicki, the president of the the president of the Ocean Community Chamber, because that does take in Stonington as well as Westerly. Lots of activities, New Year, but there's never a lull at the chamber. So we will be back with Lisa shortly. Stay with us.
It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
I'm Donna Simmons. I'm the luxury property specialist for Mott & Chase Sotheby's International Realty. Whether you're buying a home, selling a home, or simply need guidance in planning your short-term or long-term needs and dreams, I'm ready to go on this journey with you with heartfelt guidance and expert results. Feel free to give me a call at 401-439-0268. I'd love to talk to you and make your real estate dreams come true.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Oh, let's go down to Toscano's. Men's shop downtown Westerly, where style and class go hand in hand. You can look your best and dress to please. Buy the right shoe, get the left one free. And if Paulie makes fun of you, you get an even bigger discount too. Toscano's Men's Shop since 1911.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
Your home, your family, your legacy. They deserve the highest level of protection. At Lathrop Insurance, we design tailored programs for coastal homes, secondary properties, and high-value assets, giving you peace of mind no matter where life takes you. We're honored to protect families in Rhode Island with personalized care and expert guidance. Lathrop Insurance, protecting the life you've worked so hard to build.
And we're back just as I promised. This is Man About Town, and we are a production of 321 Media in cold, icy, but beautiful downtown Westerly. We're coming to you live, and we are brought to you by those wonderful folks at Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corners. As I mentioned earlier, if you weren't with us, although it never hurts to mention a second time, They have some great deals right now at Valenti. They always do. But right now they've got their 2025s on the lot. They want to clear that lot and get even more 2026s in, and they are willing to sit down and make a great deal with you. No better time to make a great deal on an automobile than the dead of winter, because they're listening and they want to make that deal with you. They are our friends and neighbors. Nobody's better to this community than Bruce and his whole group from Valenti Subaru. So I have with me Lisa Kanicki.
Good afternoon.
Lisa Kanicki is the president of the Ocean Community Chamber, and she's sitting on her good side.
Yeah. Do I have a good side? I don't know. This is my better side. But thank you. So then people have to look at the back of your head? I don't know if they
Rona,
like that.
Rona, can you move to the other side? Rona?
Hello?
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, could you move to the other side now?
Move to the other side.
Wow.
Sure.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. This voice comes over from nowhere, and it's Ben. All right. Well, if you're going to be there, I'll move up a little closer to you. How's that, Ben?
Is that okay, Ben?
Still can't see you.
I got you.
All right. Oh, there we go. There we
I
go.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you look so cute over there. Thanks for having us back. It's a new year.
I know. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
You know, it's funny because someone said to me, I think it was one of the last guests, they said, well, it's only January and it's cold and wintry. Will they have any events to talk about? I said, you don't know this chamber.
Yeah, and it takes
There's something all the time.
and every event takes months in advance
I
to
know.
plan and to execute. And so there's overlapping timelines. You know, it's not just the chocolate stroll coming up, you know, in 2 weeks. It's also things that are happening now for the Virtue Art Show, which isn't until May, and everything else. So we'll go through the list in terms of what's happening and where we are with each and how the community can get involved.
And by the way, for those of you who have been watching Lisa for the last 8 years on this show, this is going to be one of the few times you see the two of us sitting at the table again. We have decided that Man About Town is going about town, and we will be doing chamber interviews and chamber community spotlights from the chamber. So if you've never seen the inside and the inner workings, if you've never met Maria and Grace, you can't say that much longer. Starting next month, we will be doing these from the chamber. So don't clean up.
I was going to say that's going to force us to try
No.
to tidy up a little bit
No,
because
we want people to see the way you've talked about it.
yeah,
we
it's-
want them to see the entire back room with Easter eggs.
All right.
Or the ducks downstairs.
There's a lot.
Or stuff everywhere.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And also how they can buy those gift certificates that a lot of people still don't know about.
Sure. I love it.
So let's start with, you mentioned chocolate stroll.
Well, the chocolate stroll is always a February event, usually the week of Valentine's Day, and it involves about 20 to 25 businesses in the heart of our downtown, each one providing a delicious chocolate confection that you pop in and you get your cannoli or your brownie or your cupcake or your cookie or whatever it is, and then you hustle off to the next location. And so
And people are able to eat all of these things?
well, some are, but the more recent trend has been for people to bring a little bag or little Ziploc bags or a lunch bag or something. So you eat the ones
Baggies.
along the way, like if it's a chocolate martini at one of the restaurants.
Well, that you have.
You might want to drink that on the spot, but then take your little chocolate brownie and wrap that up and put it in your bag and maybe have it for a snack for tomorrow. But it's an incredible value. And so the good news is it's been a very popular event for years. It is coordinated by Wendy Carr of Amigos. And when she first started it years ago, she would pick a different nonprofit, and every year it would benefit a different nonprofit. Sometimes it would sell out, sometimes it wouldn't. Then she picked the chamber one year, and it sold out that year, and she's stuck with us ever since.
Great.
Because it's and so the good news is it's happening. The bad news is it's already sold out.
Then why are you here?
because we have a lot of other good stuff, but it is a public service announcement, so we are sorry to disappoint anyone, but
Is there any kind of waiting list? You know, people say,
the
well, I
restaurants
bought-
commit to 250 chocolate pieces of whatever their item is. So,
and you've sold 250
yeah.
already.
Yeah, it sold out within a week, because it's very underpriced is really what that means.
How
We try to
much-
keep
how
things
much was it?
affordable.
25?
I think it was $25 again. We
Wow.
keep it affordable. We're trying to get people to circulate and to pop into different restaurants and stuff. And some will have dinner downtown and then just collect all their desserts. But it's a nice tradition. It's a nice way for couples to get out and celebrate
And when is
Valentine's
this
Day.
that we can't
I
go
feel like
to?
it's the 13th, but I couldn't get a signal in here. I was trying to verify the date before I came in.
I think that Valentine's Day, isn't it Saturday this year?
Well,
So that would
Valentine's
be-
Day is the 14th. I
Right.
think our event might be either the day or 2 days before, but
well, that's okay.
sorry that I don't have the exact date, but yeah, that ship has sailed. Thank you to all the restaurants downtown and the
How many
bars.
do you have?
21 at last count, but they'll keep adding more. It usually ends up between 20 and 25. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a little exercise because you're walking around burning off some calories as you're
Burning
picking
off
up
the chocolate.
Yes. So
Lisa, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt, guys. Lisa, I just texted you the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi issue or if it's just me.
I texted you the Wi-Fi so that you have it. You're in our office so often, you might as well have it.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So next up, we have, and before I go off onto some of our other things, you mentioned Bruce and Valenti Subaru.
Right.
You can't say enough good about them, and neither can I. They're with us 110%.
Everything you do,
Everything
they're
we do.
part of.
Even if they don't, it's not always writing a check. It's volunteering behind the scenes. I mean, Bruce Morrow stood
Right.
at that tree with me at least 10 shifts, freezing himself, greeting people, taking pictures with a big smile, handing out Chubaru toys
Right.
to
For the
dogs.
dogs, right.
And he popped in today on something. And, they picked recently 2 parades in the community that would benefit from the Share the Love
Right.
car sale promotion that they do each winter. And there was a little hiccup with them not being able to go through directly on the program. So they needed a fiduciary agent to serve as an umbrella organization so that Valenti's could support them. And of course, he came to us, and of course, we stepped up. So I know in about a month or 2, Valenti's is going to have 2 sizable checks for 2 community parades in this
talked
area.
about it when he was here.
And these are hardworking, volunteer-led,
Well,
no
they were
staff.
they were the parades that got canceled for weather. They
Yeah.
were the Veterans Day and the Columbus Day parades.
Exactly. And they work hard year round to come up with money for the bands and all the activities. They're doing pasta dinners. They're doing all kinds of stuff to keep that
And
tradition.
he did the calendar. He was Mr. Not July, September. I don't remember, but
Yes, he was
he's-
in the calendar.
He
and
is in the
he probably
calendar.
single-handedly sold the most calendars too. He'd come in every couple days. I need 3 more, and he'd hawk them or give them as gifts or whatever he's doing with them. And in activity like the calendar, as lighthearted and silly as it is, that raised over $5,000 so far, and we were able to write checks to the Granite Theater and to the Warm Center, and so that was something their staff didn't have to lift a finger because they work hard all year long executing their mission and running their own fundraisers. This is something the chamber did, and then just shared the proceeds with them, a way to say we're not just focused on the businesses, because the nonprofits are just as important in this community, and you matter to us, and we see you, and we're here to help you in ways. So
not every town, but many towns and cities around the country have chambers of commerce. It's hard for me to believe that there are any that do more than you do for your people, because a lot of them are tourist bureaus and they hand out information, but they don't do a lot for their members except take their checks every year. You are constantly working for getting, like you said, with the chocolate stroll, you're getting people downtown.
in the stores,
You're getting
engagement.
them in. So
You know.
maybe someone says, "Oh, I've never been here before. We'll come
Exactly.
back."
Exactly. Exactly.
And you do so much for
that's
your
well,
members.
we appreciate everything we do starts with, is it good for the community? Is it going to make our members money? Is it going to promote the community image? Though it has to check these boxes before we undertake something. It can't be strictly a moneymaker for our nonprofit or good for 3 businesses in town, but not everyone else. Has to have a larger purpose to that. And we have our checks and balance systems, and we love what we do. The staff is small but mighty and very passionate, and we try to involve as many of our 900 members as possible. And one of the ways we do that, probably the most broadly, is through the gift certificate program. We hit a high mark this year. We beat last year's sales by over $10,000.
Good Lord. Did
So-
you really?
So that's,
I know I bought a bunch of them for Christmas.
Well,
There's
thank
no
you.
better gift.
there is no better
There
gift.
is no, because it doesn't expire. There's
Exactly.
over 300 businesses that will take it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's just
The list is
wonderful.
awesome. I had a gentleman come in about a month ago, and he was a sweet guy. He said he was going through his home, purging some items and cleaning some items because his wife had passed away in the past year, and so he was doing some necessary filing and donating and all this. And he came across a stack of chamber gift certificates that had our old logo on it that we haven't used for more than 10 years.
But they're still good.
And he thought, I wonder, because his wife had just stockpiled them. He came in our office and he said, I'm sure they're not worth anything, but I thought it was, I said, of course they're worth something. They're worth exactly what the dollar value is on. You could have floored him. He was delighted. So we said, we're going to take those because they have the old logo. This way nobody scratches their head when you present them. We'll give you the dollar equivalent in the new logo. And
Great.
here's the new list of where you can use them, and happy shopping. And he can use them for groceries. He can use them for home heating oil. He can go get a muffler changed. He
You
can
can
have
get
a
a
great burger
filling
somewhere. He
from
can
a
get his
dentist.
taxes done.
Yes.
You know, they're
I
so
used-
practical.
I used one that I had towards new tires.
Yeah.
From
That-
Redstone.
That's what
and
I use them for
wonderful.
practical items as well. And I like to always have 1 or 2 on hand in case something comes up where you're ill prepared, like somebody's
But
birthday
We have
or
to have
a little
drink,
gift.
and we have to have hors d'oeuvres.
Something,
And we
something.
have to, yes.
So, yes, we do have,
No, that's great.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it, you know.
things
it's
come up
good
in
to-
life. Yes.
I keep a couple in my car.
Yes.
In that little side pocket, because you never know.
Yeah. I keep like $10 in my side pocket for tolls, because sometimes I'll drive around with nothing but a credit card, and that doesn't always work because I don't have an easy pass. But having a chamber gift card for local things is always a
It
great
is
thing.
wonderful.
And
And I don't think you mentioned to the people the different denominations it comes in.
10, 25, or 50. And so on top of them being flexible and having all these various, locations where you can use them, it's a chance to really support local, because yes, there's over 300 businesses on it, but they're not all downtown. They're all throughout Westerly. There's some in Charlestown, like General Stanton Inn. If you could use it for ice skating at the skating rink, you can use it to go to the Mystic Aquarium. There's a lot of Mystic restaurants on it. And we've had a lot of companies switch from, buying their staff a turkey for Christmas or getting them a grocery store gift card for $100 or whatever, and instead getting them a chamber gift card, because that gives them the flexibility, much more flexibility.
And they don't have to do it right away.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
Yep.
And that man's wife certainly didn't.
yeah, and that was just, he was tickled, and we were thrilled that they went, to a great person who could have used to pick me up on that particular day. And it was like, he made a little comment like, his wife left him a gift. He
Yeah.
thought that was like, oh, she left me a little something. And so then he was trying to think how she might want him to spend it. It was a nice
Exactly.
conversation. We had a nice chat about it, but it is a great program. It's our strongest program. It's the largest chamber gift certificate program in the country that we know of. It's certainly the largest in New England by far. And
that is certainly helping businesses, because somebody might look at that list and say, oh, I've never eaten at the General Stanton
Yeah.
Inn. I think we'll give it a try.
This is a perfect
and they
chance.
never would have.
Exactly.
Other than that.
Yeah, it's part of our efforts to support a year-round economy in Westerly. Yes, tourism's important, and yes, we are heavily involved in tourism. We're getting ready to start digging in on our annual travel magazine, and we put out a gorgeous 4-color magazine that showcases this 2-state region and makes people want to take their vacations here. And that will always be a huge part of who we are and what we do, is doubling the population for those summer months and promoting our beautiful beaches and promoting, Watch Hill and Musquamacut and Mystic and all the communities that we cover. But that's not enough. That's just a sliver of who we are. And I think it's part of the evolution of what this chamber maybe started out as 100 years ago. It was, of course, we have the beaches. Let's get the people from Hartford and Springfield to come on down. But over the years, there's been so much more: workforce development, community events that are signature and giant in scope and benefit so many people. And it's fluid, because we change to meet the dynamic and unique needs of the community at that point in time. And so while there are a lot of time-honored traditions that continue year after year, you'll learn of new things, and we'll talk about a couple new things. But
Okay.
it's been a great year. We wrapped up our 100th year with, of course, the Nutcracker Trail, which, all year long you kept hearing me say, a one-time event for our 100th anniversary, 100 nutcrackers. And what happened?
You're doing it again. I know you are.
There was zero intention to repeat that trail.
I know you were going to go to Wales, weren't you?
Well, hold that thought.
Okay.
The Nutcracker Trail exceeded our expectation on every level.
Oh, it's still in people's windows.
Yeah, we're
and
telling people, take them
everywhere.
down, take them down.
They won't do it. It's like the stars.
They're slowly starting to take them down, but it drove foot traffic. It brought people to the community.
Yeah.
People from other states saw it on TV. It was covered by multiple TV stations. It was on the front page of at least 2 newspapers that we know of. There were news articles about it. So it took on a life of its own. And there are people that just love holiday installations. There are people that want to discover new towns. And then there are people that are fanatics about nutcrackers. So we tapped into all 3, and it brought people to the community. And then those individuals, nonprofits, schools, or businesses that sponsor them, now they have this beautiful decoration that they can use year after year. So what happened after all of the publicity launched, and almost 1,000 people came to see the entire display at the United Theater in a 4-hour period that it was there, is we had people calling us saying, I don't know why I didn't do this, or how did I miss this? I'm a chamber member. Did you send me an invite for this? And of course it's like, well, yes, every week in your newsletter for 52 weeks. And yes, it was,
people
are
busy.
and we
they
talked
don't
about
always
it on
read
our
it.
different programs and stuff. But people are like, I want one for next year. And I'm like, well, this is a one-time thing. But we got 10 calls the first week that the publicity started. And then so we are, as of right now, up to 52 new nutcrackers sponsored.
On top of the 100?
On top of the 110 that we look at your face. That's how I feel.
Oh my God.
So we have 110 from last year that they own, and it will cost them
This is
nothing.
not one and done.
If they want to bring them back next year and put them out, they can, and they'll let us know if they're going to put them on display, and we'll include them on the map so that they can be part of it. And they can even come to our display wherever it's going to be, whether it's the United or the Chorus or some other location. However, we already have 52 brand new ones in the works. Of more than 40 are already out there
52.
right now at the artists being worked on. More than 40 are already in the hands of the artists and are.
We're less than a month from last Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're just a little over a month.
3 of the nutcrackers are already done. One's at my office and 2 more I'm picking up next week. So this is what I'm saying. People are thinking Christmas in November and December. We have to think for a project like this in January, because it takes some artists 3 or 4 months to paint one of these. They're collaborating with their sponsors. We're driving them the nutcracker, then we're
Sure.
picking them up. Then there's just a lot that goes into all this
Well,
stuff.
the thing too, for people that didn't see it, a lot of them look like just the regular nutcracker.
Mhm.
But there are people that had different businesses and said, no, no, no.
I'm
I
going-
want a whole different,
Exactly.
like the children's music group. I can't think of it. Kathleen, the string group.
Westminster Youth?
Yes.
I don't think they had a Nutcracker. We had one from
did it?
Eastern Connecticut Symphony Orchestra
Is that
did
the one that had-
Mozart.
That was the one I'm thinking.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
With Mozart.
And
yes.
Hoofs did the Grinch. And so for this year, for example, Zoe and Co. at
Right.
69 High Street, they're doing Betty Boop.
Oh my God.
That's going to be amazing.
I
Then-
know somebody that will be here for that.
We have a Farmers Insurance, which is Mike Ergo out of North Stonington. He's a chamber member. He's doing the Lorax, which is
Ooh.
from Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
So that's a really unusual one. Already a new, different from last year entirely, Grinch has been made for this year. There's
And you know, they can come up with the idea, but you manage to find artists then who can create that.
who are
You know,
doing
you
crazy
can say
things.
to an artist, do the Lorax, and that person might say, that's not my thing. I don't know how to
Exactly.
do it.
Exactly. The Mystic Aquarium will have, they had one last year. They'll have a second one this year because it's a big campus and they can accommodate multiple. Theirs is going to be an octopus. So the head is an octopus head and the artist
with all
has
the
these 8
tentacles.
arms. Yeah, it's amazing. I've already seen the photos. It's probably 50% done already. So they're going to be just as clever, just as creative, just as fun. Watch Hill Outfitters, he's kicking around doing like the Gloucester Fisherman because he
Mm.
sells fishing equipment and bait and poles and all of those
Right.
things. So that kind of goes with his motif. Rios Barber Shop, we're trying to get a working barber pole spinning as part of the head for the Nutcracker that they're going to
So
have.
they can put a working piece that would spin on a stationary.
We had a
nutcracker.
lighthouse last year that lit up in the head of one of the Nutcrackers. We're looking at doing a spinning barber pole. We also are pursuing the potential for a spinning ballerina for the Eastern Connecticut Ballet. So in the hat of their Nutcracker would be a ballerina that spins, and painted behind her is the backdrop of an evening sky.
This is Lisa Kanicki, folks, who said a number of times leading up to it, this is one time only. We're just doing it for this year.
But again, going back to what I also said,
You can't fight
we are
success.
responsive to the needs of the community,
Yes,
and
you
it
are.
was successful. And there's a hunger for more. And so we would be denying our members and the small businesses the opportunity to participate when we're already at half the amount we had last year, and we're in the month of January.
Right.
So while I don't have a goal of 100 like I did last year for our 100th anniversary, I don't know where we're going to end up. Are we going to end up at 60? Are we going to end up at 75?
We're at 52 right now.
Right.
new
Without
ones.
trying.
Without trying.
Without trying.
Yeah.
So there's already 110 out there. I mean, how many can one
I was going
region?
to say, do you have a max? I
Well-
mean, if they start really calling you as we're getting closer, do you say, no, I'm sorry, we can't have 375?
Well, we definitely couldn't have 375. I would think a max would probably, in terms of being on display in one location, the max would probably be 150, I would think. So not all of the ones from last year will opt to come and exhibit this year. Some of them will be like, no, I'll sit this one out, but I'll have it on display at my location. What becomes the challenge is the acquisition of the Nutcrackers. For example, I drove to Medford, New York last week. It was 3.5 hours each way to get one Nutcracker because they're sold out everywhere. And there's 3 different styles, and this particular sponsor wanted that particular style. And I found one, but that's where it was. The shipping of the Nutcracker is over $230. I can't do that. By the time you buy it for $350, ship it for $250, pay the artists
Right.
$300 and something. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep it affordable so that businesses and nonprofits can participate. So when you say, is there a limit? The limit is how far is Crazy Kanicki willing to drive to go get these? I mean, I drove to Fredericksburg, Virginia last year
And you've
for
driven
6.
You've driven to Canada too.
Yeah. So there is
Yes.
one in Virginia right now, but it's only one. I would drive for 3. but not for one. So we're trying.
Gonna take a break from Crazy Kanicki and let her get her notes together. You are listening to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are joyously brought to you by those great people at Valeni Subaru. We will be back in just a couple of minutes.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. Here in Rhode Island, we take pride in taking care of our own. At Lathrop Insurance, we have spent 86 years helping families and businesses protect what matters most. Whether it's your home, your business, or the legacy you're building, our team is here to provide peace of mind through customized insurance solutions. We're proud to support high school sports across Rhode Island because when our community grows stronger, we all win. Lathrop Insurance. Personalized protection, local expertise. Visit lathropinsurance.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
I'm Dale Soul, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community-oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-1684 to book an estimate.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Duns Corners. And this weekend, the new iPhone is here and we have them all in stock. Come get the brand new orange iPhone 17 Pro or the brand new razor thin iPhone Air. The best part is trading your old iPhone and get up to $1,100 off. I mean, you get the brand new iPhone for free. But this weekend, you can get the brand new iPad and Series 11 Apple Watch for free. It's all happening down here at the Wireless Zone at 224 Post Road, Duns Corners. Don't delay, stop in today.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
She's everywhere. She's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
We're back, everybody. We are back with a Man About Town. And the nice thing is it's not getting real dark yet. So
No.
spring's out there, folks. We are getting there. It's
supposed to snow on Sunday.
You're ruining my entire script.
I mean, really, spring's out there. It's out there, all right. It's way out there.
It's way out there. But you know, a month ago we were dark at 4:15.
True.
And now we're not dark at 5 o'clock.
All right.
So
that's the
what I'm
upswing.
talking- We're
Okay.
getting there.
All right, good.
When I can, this is the sweater I bought years ago in Scotland. If it weren't today's weather, I would be sweating bullets. I could never wear this. I am wearing it with a shirt under it. So when you see me shed the Scotland sweater, then we know spring is
Yeah,
coming.
we don't need a groundhog. We just need Rona in her
Right,
sweater.
in my sweater.
I mean, seriously. I
What
love
you
it.
got after chocolate and before Christmas?
So right now is the time where we are asking artists who would like to exhibit at the Virtue Art Show to apply.
And Virtue is until May, the end of May.
Memorial Day weekend. But The applications are available on zapplication.com. So it's the word application with a
With a
Z
Z.
in front of it.
Zapplication.
Zapplication. So it's all done through the internet where you upload photos, you put in your name, your address, your phone, whatever you then wait to see if you're accepted.
So you're kind of jurying it.
We are. Oh, absolutely. We used to jury at old school with the photos on the table, and we'd all sit around the table and decide, there'd be 30 applications for jewelry. And we'd say, but we're only going to limit it to 15 jewelers in a show of this size.
Yeah.
So 10 of them are glass beads. Which are the 3 of the 10 that we think are the best? We would pick those 3 and have to, unfortunately, decline the others. And then we would say, okay, these are silver jewelers. We've got 4 silver jewelers. We're only going to pick 3 of those. Who's and look for
So
some
much
diversity.
easier now
Now
to
on the
have it on-
computer, you just compare. You pull up the pictures of the 2. You're looking at the quality. You're looking at the range. Who has the best looking tent with professional signage? There's all kinds of things that go into it. And that doesn't mean to say you have to have a fancy tent, because we accept artists that have never been in a show before. They'll say, if I'm accepted, I'll buy a tent. And so if we love their work, we're willing to either A, let them borrow one of our tents the first time so that they can test out their
So the chamber actually owns some.
we own some tents, and we're very generous.
Apparently you are.
With startup businesses, Westerly High School students that want to exhibit their art to see if they have the desire to pursue a professional career in art, and is there marketability in this community?
I think that's so great that you do that. You've done that before.
We love the youth and want to continue to engage them in
Well, that's the
everything that we
future
do. Yeah. And
of
it's
virtue.
it's a light lift. It's a way to support the Westerly schools and to be this is the future pipeline of artists, and arts are a part of the economy. So we love having the kids. Some of those kids now participate in Virtue Art Show as paying artists, but they started out years ago taking advantage of the free booth with the free tent. And, they've stuck with us all these years
And
because they'll
won't-
never forget that.
I was going to say, they won't forget it. And
Yes.
then maybe they will sponsor
Yeah.
somebody on their way
We
out.
we love it. We love it. I'll never forget this one girl. Her last name's McBride. She's an artist. She literally sold out her first day. Went home and was up until 3 a.m. making more stuff to sell on the second day of the art
Do you
show.
remember what her stuff was?
At the time, she's changed her art since then, but at the time, she did hand painted. They looked like trays that utilized twigs of trees as the handles. If you were like to serve coffee to someone in bed, or
Yes.
if you were going to sit and watch TV,
Right.
maybe. So they were all pan painted, but very natural looking twigs and things that she used. So that's all I can remember about them. They were different. They were different, and
she
people
sold
loved them.
out the
She sold
first
out.
day.
Yeah, what she was hoping she would sell through the whole show, she couldn't believe it. So in a full circle moment, she now pays to participate in the show. What do you think she sells in our art show now?
I can't even.
Bongs.
Bongs? As in
As in-
bongs?
as in bongs.
Okay.
They're colorful. They have unique shapes. They have themes. She's evolved her artwork.
Yes, she sure has evolved.
So, I mean, we when I say we have a wide range of artists at our show, she also makes earrings that are like pizza slices and hamburgers and unique things out of
Now,
clay.
if you are sitting home wherever you are in the world, because we are worldwide, and you may be a little gray in the temples, and you're looking at your husband and saying, Murray, what means bongs? See if Murray knows. Okay.
All right. I think most people know, but it's funny. It's just a funny little side note, love to see it.
It is.
So keeping with the theme of, arts, that obviously we are grateful to Wilcox Park for continuing to host our art festival. And we usually end up with about 180 artists that are juried and are part of the show. And in addition to that, we'll have the live music, and we'll have a free section for Creation Station for kids. So that's off and running, and now's the time to be applying. You mentioned, well, what about this whale thing that you were talking about you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Yes, we're still going to do it. That
in addition
yes,
to the nutcrackers.
Yeah. So if all my staff, the whopping two that work with me, quit, you'll know why. So it's going to be called Denizens of the Deep.
Of course.
Denizens is a cool, mystical
Yes, it is.
word, and it basically means creatures, sea creatures. And that's why we're going with whales, sharks, and mermaids. And so we have already 60 artists that have signed up to say, I'll paint one. And they've picked which shape they want. I have the material cut into rectangles. Now I need a company or a school with a wood shop to cut the shapes into the material that we have so that I can, starting the first week of February, hopefully start distributing these shapes to
Doesn't
the artists.
Westerly High School have a wood shop?
Yes, they do. And Dr. Garceau and I have a phone conversation set up for tomorrow to see if we can engage the school system here in cutting some of those shapes.
Dr. Garceau, for those of you who are in Washington State, is the superintendent of schools
in Westerly, Rhode Island. Yes. We may reach out to Ella Grasso School in Groton, Connecticut, and see if they want to do some, because it might be too large of a project for the school. And I don't know if the school can even do it. I don't know what the process is to have them work with us as a nonprofit to bring in and to cut these shapes. So we'll see. We're pursuing that. Otherwise, if we are not able to do that with them, then I'll be securing a contractor of some kind that has the right equipment and getting on their schedule to get these shapes cut, because we got to get them out in February. Now, when is the Denizens of the Deep? Don't know yet until I can answer these questions about when these shapes are going to get cut, because then I've got to distribute them to a bunch of artists. My goal is a minimum of 80 of these shapes out there. So that could be 4 pods of 20. That could be 3 pods that have a larger amount.
And this would be approximately when? Summer? Late summer?
I don't want it in the
fall?
summer. I mean, I love the summer, but I was thinking more like June for the month.
Okay.
We're all, I mean, yes, we're a very busy community. What we're trying to do is continuously
Gonna be
bolster
very busy in June.
bolster the shoulder season some. July and August have a lot going on. If we can do things that are in May and June, September, October, the shoulder seasons, it's better for the communities. That's why you see us doing things like the Lobster Tree and Starry Lights and the Nutcracker Trail, because we've got the tourist thing going. That's a grind. That's a machine all of its own.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to spread out the visitation here and give people reasons to come here so that we're, a community for all seasons. And the arts are a key to that.
That's so smart, because we live on the shoreline, and the number of shoreline communities going all the way through Connecticut, into Long Island and all that. The majority of those, from what I can see, Labor Day comes.
They close up shop.
Yeah. Or maybe Columbus Day, doors shut, nothing happens, nobody eats lobster, nobody goes anywhere, that's crazy. And that's where you really have brought an entire new, I don't know, a whole new look, the way this chamber works, the way this area works. Because we don't shut the doors Labor Day. We don't shut the doors Columbus Day. There's
a lot of great arts group, the Chorus and the United and other, that are doing things year round. And so ours is just in addition to those things.
Exactly.
So that June, July, August, it's a great time to come here for the beaches. But every night of the week in July and August, you could pick between a summer concert, a show, hanging at the beach, whatever.
Everybody is a beach person.
Right. So to spread
There are
it
people
out.
who want the casinos, the shopping, the arts.
I mean, look at Maria's Seaside Cafe. They're open for the first year round. We need to, you can have dinner there. But people still don't necessarily know that. The more we can do to bring people here in the winter months, and they go, well, while I'm there, what else is there to do? There's these great restaurants. There's a great theater. There's these shops downtown and around town that need you, from Deja Vu consignment all the way to the shops downtown. So that our effort can't be concentrated in an 8-week or a 10-week period. It's really got to be spread.
You talk about the shops downtown. When we first moved here 39 years ago, and I can't believe it's that long,
Wow.
but when we first moved here, downtown had a lot of empty storefronts.
More than 50% of the storefronts.
It was not a
It
wonderful
was abysmal.
place.
It was sad.
And now this place is hopping at
Yeah.
night, not just on weekends.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not just in July and August. It hops. That marquee is going at the United. The restaurants are going. There's so much going on.
There is a lot happening, and the winter months, are not. It doesn't slow down because
The only complaint I've heard from people is there's too many things going on the same night, the same day. Well, that's nice. That's choice.
it is. At the same time, we encourage the various groups in the community to utilize the Chamber's community calendar at oceanchamber.org and see what's on there before you go and plan another event. Okay. So ideally, you don't want a black tie fundraiser for one group taking place on the same night as even a comedy show fundraiser for another. There's 52 weeks a year. Let's work together.
And Maria I think it's Maria who does it every Friday. It is so up to date.
Yes.
It's so great to go on there and you see this crawl of all the events that are coming
which
up.
is the most immediate things.
Yeah.
But you can plot your event that's taking place in December right now on the calendar to make sure that there's no overlap. Now, we try to keep our antenna up so we know what's happening. For example, recently the Westerly 250 committee announced they're going to do a drone show, and they put the date on the front page of the paper. They're going to do a dance, a gala of some sort at the Armory. So no one had informed us of this, but we read about it, and the first thing we do is say, let's get that on the community calendar, because we want to support their efforts of that community that's working hard. And we also don't want another group in the town going and making a competing event, so that both can be successful, have the greatest chance of success. So our members have a sign-in that they can go into our calendar and they can upload their own events and put details, and we encourage them to do that. But again, occasionally, organically, we learn of things that are happening. Maybe it's not from a member, but it's of significant community value. Well, we try.
My biggest criticism to businesses today, businesses and organizations, is for crying out loud, will you go on, if you're going to have a website, make it up to date. What is worse than seeing, make your Mother's Day dinner reservation now, and it's January, and they're talking about 2023.
I think
it just
I think the thing that's worse
crazy.
than that is when their hours are wrong.
Hours are wrong.
We get that
dates are
complaint
wrong.
sometimes
Yes.
because people go and then they drive to that restaurant for dinner and
they won't go back again.
Yeah,
They'll be too angry
it's
at them.
it's unfortunate. So not only your Facebook page, which a lot of people use that have your hours, but also your website. It is, it's like business 101. That's so important to try to keep up on that so that you don't have a disappointment. You want to over deliver.
And again, maybe because of who I am and the way I feel about social media, not everybody's on Facebook or Instagram
Yeah, sure, of course.
or TikTok. So if you're going to be updated, update everything, and website should be number one.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle. Sometimes they're outsourcing it to a third party. It's no one in-house that knows how to do it. So they wait or whatever.
But you're paying then the third party, so make sure they're doing it right.
You got to do it. You got to do it. I agree.
Anyway, I'll get down off my soapbox.
No, it's good. That's all
Let you
good.
get back
That's
to
all.
yours.
That's all good advice. So that's pretty much a little glimpse of just sort of the next 3 months of the events that are coming. Of course, the duck race is our biggest event through our foundation. Our charitable arm is the Ocean Community Chamber Foundation, and that duck race will be held the last Saturday of April. So if you're a nonprofit or a school that's watching right now and you would like to sell duck sponsorships for $5, where you keep $2.85 for each one you sell.
Never gone up either. that
It's
$5.
never gone up.
And it's a
never
great
gone up.
deal, and you have so
We've
many
toyed with it. Do we
prizes.
raise it to 10 and sell less ducks, or
No.
do we keep it 5? It's
Keep it where it
it's
is and just sell a ton of them.
a quick 5.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we haven't messed with success. And Des Doyle works with us, and she has run that event for 4 years and does an incredible job. She should come on here one time with you.
I would
And-
love to have her
and,
on. Not that I don't love having you.
Yeah, but just her talking about between now and April, let's make sure that one of the segments is Des, if we can get her to, because she works full time in Providence, but get her to do it with all the ducks in the background. What they're doing now is hand scanning
Well, we're
every
gonna-
single duck right now. That's what they have to do.
Hand scan every duck, and there's how many ducks?
20,000 minus about maybe 50 that over the years we've had to take them
Now,
out.
who's the they that's doing that?
Des and volunteers from the community, because it's a lottery. So we need to make sure that no duck got lost in the process. And I don't mean lost out in the river, 'cause
No.
that doesn't happen. I mean, stepped on by one of our volunteers as we're drying them in a big pile, and then the weight that's on the bottom in a few have popped off and we don't have a way to fix it.
And all of you are going to see that, because we're going to take you to the chamber in the next, I don't know how many months. We're not going to sit at a desk and talk about what's in the chamber. You're coming with us. You know, this is a lot like people who were born and raised and live in Manhattan and have never been to the Statue of Liberty, the United Nations, the Empire State Building. There are people that live here who've never been to the chamber, and there's something to see. It's not just something you hear about that's out there, right?
Yeah, I think for the general public, the busiest time ever that general public came into the chamber was after Superstorm Sandy, because everybody that owned a home in Musquamacket needed a pass to re-enter to access their home. And we were a partner with the town of Westerly issuing those passes to the general public. We donated our services. So it wasn't a business person coming in. It was hundreds and hundreds of residents coming in with proof of mail, proof of ID, proof of whatever, so that we could issue them a pass for their car that would allow them to get past the National Guard and go to their home to check on the damages and to remove dishwashers or washing machines or other equipment that got damaged in the storm, and start making calls to contractors and things. So we partnered with the
That
town.
was 16 years ago, or 15 and a half. It was 2010, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Hard to imagine. Hard to imagine.
It doesn't seem that long.
But again, it circles back to, we have a mission, and it's supporting a year-round economy, supporting the businesses and helping fostering a solid, strong local economy. It looks different in 2026 than it did in 2010.
But
The
it's
needs
still
were
the
different.
same mission.
The same mission, but we're going to change gears and remain responsive and relevant no matter what the challenge is at that time.
And when you said we have a responsibility to support the businesses and the economy, they're kind of one.
Yes.
Because the businesses are the economy. You don't have a strong, healthy economy without strong, healthy businesses.
Yep. And these are your friends and your neighbors. These are people that live here and work here, and they've invested their life's dreams and life savings. And we want to make sure that they thrive. And that's part of who we are
And
and,
what's
what
so
we do.
amazing to me is they do it with 3 people. They used to do it with 2, but you do it with 3.
We do it with
people.
3. I should mention that recently we have been benefiting from hours, about 10 to 15 hours a week in the last month, of a new individual. Her name is Chloe Roth. She is a transplant from Tennessee. She has a background in the arts. She was an executive director of an arts organization. So she's really excited about all the arts programming that we do, the art show, Denizens of the Deep, the Stonington Lobster Tree, the body painting event. You know, she's excited about that. And I met her because she was volunteering at the Lobster Trap Tree. She had a great personality. There she was in the freezing cold as someone new to the community that didn't know people, didn't have a friend group yet, didn't have a job yet other than 1 day a week. And so we've brought her into the fold, and she has some great skills. And now she's working with us and being paid 10 to 15 hours a week. And the staff need it.
3.5.
3 1/3 probably, but we're working on it. And I hope, because we all like her and she's a shining star, and she's got skills and she's enjoying the work at hand and she's willing to do whatever. I hope to blend her in more and to ramp up more hours and to have her be a support system for the workload of these one-time projects that then never go away, and some of the other things, because Grace and Maria and myself, we could use the extra help.
You know, before we sign off, I just want to bring up a point, because this really gets to me all the time. If you are a business in the greater Westerly, Pawcatuck, Stonington, Mystic area, and you're not a member of this chamber, shame on you. Because what you are doing is you are getting the benefit of all of this work, and you're not doing your share. We're not talking about a lot of money.
No.
I don't even know all their rates. I've heard their rates. It's based on how many people, how large your organization is. There is no other organization that does more. I have lived a lot of places in this country. I have never in my life seen a chamber what these people do. If you haven't gotten that much just listening to Lisa, you don't know. I talked to a man, there was a ribbon cutting at the Haversham about a month or so ago, and I talked to a man who lives in Exeter, who was there, who is more or less self-employed, working in the energy industry. And he said he was looking at a few different chambers. Which one should he join? I said, there is no choice. You join this one.
Thanks, Verona.
And his answer was, do you work for them? I said, no, they work for me.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly what I said. And he was on vacation and could not come to the last business after hours. But when there is a business after hours every month, and they don't just kind of do it now and then, they do it every month, and they spotlight a different business. And when you are there, it's on Facebook Live. They are talking to the people who weren't able to come. They are talking to a community. They are there to say, hey, we're not just here for a glass of wine and a piece of cheese. We're here so we can all do well.
And support one another. Sure.
Yeah. So if you are thinking about chamber membership, please don't think it's thousands of dollars.
Oh gosh,
it's not.
It's a couple $100.
Yeah.
And
contact this chamber at
596-7761,
Thank
401
you.
area code, or go to oceanchamber.org. We're happy to meet with you. No obligation.
And
sit down and talk about it.
Talk to Maria, or if you know me, talk to me. Because I talked to Maria about getting this guy in the chamber. We're going to get this guy in the chamber. But I don't know why people don't do it, because the free ride should be over, folks. This is business today, and this is what you want, the Ocean Community Chamber.
And I look at it as their dues is an investment, not a donation.
Right.
And we have an obligation to give them a return on that investment. So we
And
take
boy,
that,
do you.
we take it seriously. And if they haven't joined, sometimes it's because we're so small as a staff, we simply haven't gotten to them to knock on their door or give them a call and say, can we meet with you for 20 minutes and talk about how we can help elevate your business and help you grow? So shame on us too. We're so small. We don't have a sales team. We don't work on commission. So you can't be great at everything. And I would say we're not great at the sales end. We're more than 900 members strong.
You're a little busy.
We're
Can't
busy.
be great at the sales end. There's only,
but we hope
you don't have the octopus.
we're here to serve, and we hope to reach more, and we hope to help more. And we thank you for your support and giving us a
Thank you.
platform to talk about some of the
Oh,
things
you're
that we
going to
do.
have an even bigger platform, and we get into the chamber and start.
All right.
Start
Clean up my desk.
videotaping.
Clean up my desk. Note
No,
to self.
don't clean up anything. This is Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media. Next week, we are going to be we're going to be at the Westerly Library, but that doesn't mean here at a table. You're going to the library with us. We're going to start doing out of town work, about town work, and we are going to be with the Westerly Library tomorrow. We're going to videotape. You're going to see all the workings of what we've talked about for a lot of years. We're starting our 9th year in just a few months, and it's because of people like you and people like 321 Media. They're willing to have us because they've lost their heads. Have a very good week. Be careful. Please be careful. Most of our roads are wonderful, and they've done a marvelous job in the state in a very short time. It's still tough when you get to the end of that road and there's no traffic light. Take a look because the snow's piled up.
Oh my gosh, it's 10 feet tall.
Do not get in an accident. I need you here next week. So does 321 Media. See you then. Be well.